Here we are. Hey, Macarena. What is going on, everybody? It is me, DJ, and Grayson coming at you from Studio B, otherwise known as our basement. We are so glad that you are here for yet another terrific Wednesday here at Youth Group on YouTube. Hope that you have had a wonderful week. Let us know in the chat who's here. Aaron's here as always. So glad to see you, Aaron. Who else is here? Let us know in the chat. Also, what have you been up to this week? Have you done anything exciting? Have you gone outside? Have you gone swimming? Have you gone, I don't know. What have you done? What are you doing with your life right now? Summer is almost over. Almost over, everybody. We are down to the final weeks of summer. One of the weirdest summers of my entire life is coming to an end. What have you done? What have been some highs for the summer for you? What have been some lows other than coronavirus and a pandemic? What is going on? What has been the best part of your summer, Grayson?
The best part of my summer was
doing Youth Group on YouTube, of course, has been one of the highlights of the summer for us here. And as we told you last week, thank you. It is not over. We are continuing Youth Group on YouTube for the foreseeable future. We have some big news, actually, that we are going to be rolling out here next week. And so make sure you are here next week because we have some big plans going into the fall. Pandemic or not, we have a major event that we are going to be doing this fall. Listen, coronavirus shut down our winter weekend retreat back in February. It will not, let me say that again, it will not destroy this event that we have coming up. I can't tell you a lot about it yet, but next week I will be bringing you all the details for something that we are going to be doing this fall. I can't tell you because if I tell you, you'll tell them. We're going to be doing something this fall that is going to be awesome. And so make sure you come back next week to check it out. Also, side note, if you are a girl, middle school or high school, we want to invite you to a back-to-school pool party that Dondra and Trudy are putting together. That's going to be on Sunday, August 23rd from 2 to 4:30 at the Bosch's house. So at... What is happening? Okay. Anyway, before you all get murdered, we are going to do a back-to-school pool party that Dondra and Trudy are doing August 23rd. It's a Sunday, 2 to 4:30 at the Bosch's house. They have an awesome pool that they are graciously opening up to you as middle school and high school girls. So the reason that we're telling you about it now is, one, so that you can tell your parents or put it on your calendar or whatever you need to do. If you're in high school and you have a job, maybe you can ask off work. Also, so that you can invite friends to come along with you. Again, it's August 23rd from 2 to 4:30 at the Bosch's. There's the information, address, and everything is on our Facebook page, as well as at thesummitstl.info. You can find all of that there as well. So big pool party coming up there. We have some events that we're going to be doing here this fall for all of us as a large group. And so make sure that you are checking out our social media. If you don't already, make sure you follow Summit Students on Facebook or on Instagram. Also keep up with the summitstl.info for everything that's going on. Now, all that to say, we're not forgetting those of you, Aaron, I see you're already commenting. We're not forgetting those of you who maybe you are not able to attend large groups in person. And so we haven't forgot about you. We are making plans that everybody is going to be included this fall. So whether you're virtual, whether you're with us in person, there will be, I promise you, there will be something for you. All right. So all that to say, stay tuned. Come back next week where I can give you a lot more information about this big event that we are doing later on in September. All right, Gracie, we have some sad news that we need to share, don't we? What's our sad news? Yeah. Say it one more time, just in case I didn't hear you.
Baby died.
Yeah. So after making her youth group on YouTube debut last week, our hamster Sadie has gone up to that big hamster wheel in the sky. She has left us, but the good news is what?
We got 2 new ones.
We got 2 new hamsters, little dwarf hamsters named Sherlock and Watson. So they are pretty awesome, and they're much better than dogs or cats. So there you go.
We'll send a picture.
We'll send a picture. Speaking of pictures, that is a great segue because we have something that we need to finish up from last week. And that is, last week we did one of our sketch drawings where we spun the wheel, asked you to draw a bag of chips, but you remember how they had to draw it?
Behind their back.
You had to draw it behind your back, and so we have picked through, we have given 4, what did we say? We're going to do the top 3?
Yeah.
I think is what we said, the top 3. And so we have our top three, but we do have one honorable mention. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. This is Charlie's bag of chips. I think he attempted to write possibly Pringles. Charlie, I'm not sure at all what this says. I think we've got it Pringles or something. Anyway, it looks like your bag exploded into oblivion. So we had to give you an honorable mention because it's terrible, Charlie. I'm just going to be honest. Maybe you should draw with your hands in front of you going forward. But thanks for submitting. Here are your top 3. In 3rd place is Aaron. Aaron has made it into 3rd place with his lovely bag of, I believe, Doritos. I'm not sure.
I thought that one was the red one that was top 3.
Oh, we're not there yet. I think these are Doritos. Aaron, if you could confirm, it looks like porite on the top here, which I think translates to Doritos behind your back. But Aaron, you have gotten 3rd place. 2nd place comes from the Halstead house. I don't know which one of you drew this, but somebody in the Halsteads. I'm guessing it's not Owen or Ryan because we have painted pink fingernails here. Hopefully it's not Owen or Ryan. If you paint your fingernails pink, hey, that's okay. But don't do it anymore, okay? Anyway, you made some, I believe, some barbecue, or at least from our perspective, you made some 088 chips. So solid 088 chips. Very nice. You spelled chips. Very nice. I struggle, Halsteads, to believe that you wrote chips behind your back. If you did, that is amazing. That is absolutely spectacular. But we have a 1st place winner. This drawing was absolutely incredible. Could not have been better, which I'm sure there had to have been cheating involved, but this one was awesome. Our 1st place winner is Reagan Heron. Reagan, you have won 1st place. You got the Lay's barbecue chips bag right here. So Reagan, congratulations to you. You have got 1st place in our behind the back sketch drawing of a bag of chips. But thank you to everybody who sent us a picture. Those were a lot of fun for us to look through and watch. Yeah? Cool. All right. I think that's it. That right? 4? Yeah. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know what that sound means? It means it is time for your weird breaking news story of the week, where we scour the internet to find we practice this. The strange, the odd, and the unnatural, and bring it directly to you in internet land. However, this news story this week actually fell into our lap as we were watching just the regular national news just a couple days ago. This story popped up and I said, man, that has to be our weird breaking news story because this is bizarre. This story comes all the way from Southwest Florida. Why? Because all weird stories come from Florida. All of them. Every one of them. This one comes from Southwest Florida. Now, we all know that an encounter with a dangerous predator is extremely rare, right? I mean, maybe you have a fear of I know I have fears all the time of being bitten by a snake. I don't like the ocean because I could get eaten. I'm not even worried about getting eaten by a shark, but like a big fish or something. But we all know that these encounters are very rare. However, this man in Southwest Florida had not one, but two experiences with these formidable creatures. He was told when Justin Stuller was bitten twice while swimming in the ocean. He survived a recent shark attack and now has also survived a vicious alligator attack. He was literally bitten by a shark and attacked by an alligator. He says this after being attacked by a shark. He says, I immediately came up to the surface and I screamed everybody out of the water and I started swimming toward the boat. Then he starts saying, I'm normally the first one in the water and the last one out of the water. And I would just like to say to you, Justin, if you somehow, someday find yourself watching our little show that is broadcast here from our basement that has all of 7 viewers, I would like to tell you, just stay out of the water. I mean, that's how many more signs do you need? But he says, you know, it felt kind of like the road had just scraped across my leg. And I was like, this is crazy. This is strange. And then I realized, oh, I'm being bitten by a shark. It bit me. He was bitten by an 8-foot lemon shark that bit into his leg. And he said, whenever you see the inside of your body, it's a scary thing. Yeah. Now he has nearly 24 stitches on his leg, but the story doesn't end there. He was later bitten by an alligator while he was with 2 other guys. They were trying to wrestle this alligator, and the alligator then clamped onto his leg. I'm not sure if it was the same leg or a different leg, clamped onto it and then did an alligator roll while chewing on his leg. And he says this, he says, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, I guess that's true. Maybe death, I guess. But he says, neither the shark nor the alligator will keep me on dry land. My recovery is going well. And the shark cut is healing nicely. So Justin in Southwest Florida, maybe take up mountain hiking or something, but please don't go into the water anymore. Just don't do it. All right, we've got some games to play today. Grayson, are you ready to play some games?
Yeah.
All right.
You were trouble when you walked in. Shame on me now, out moving to places I've never been. Now you're lying on the cold hard ground.
All right. We are going to start with the first of 2 new games tonight. You will need the Kahoot app tonight, so we're going to give you a minute to get your Kahoot ready. The first game that we are going to play is called Taylor Swift or Revelation. Taylor Swift or Revelation. So you can join in the game pin if you can't see it. 679121. I'll type that here in the comments just so you can see it. 679121 is our game pin tonight. Here's how this is going to work. So Taylor Swift has recently released a new album. I'm not sure if you've heard it or not. I've listened to parts of it. Not too bad. But she has recently released a new album, which gave us the idea, hey, let's play a Taylor Swift game on if we can figure out, or if you can figure out rather, does the phrase that we are about to tell you, does it come from the book of Revelation, which is the last book of the Bible, or does it come from one of Taylor Swift's songs? All right, that's what you have to decide. Does it come from the book of Revelation, or does this phrase come from Taylor Swift? Can't see the TV. I know. I don't know what's going on with that. Actually, hey, can you run upstairs on the piano and get the remote for this TV? You know which one it is? Okay, just grab all the remotes that you see up there on the piano.
Is it like
No, it's the other one. I think it's behind one of the picture frames. Go quick. We'll see if we can get this TV fixed while you guys are joining in. We've got 3 people right now. Let's get some other people in. Again, the game pin 679121. We are playing Taylor Swift or Revelation, where you have to decide, is it Taylor Swift? Is it a Taylor Swift lyric, or is it from the book of Revelation? I'm going to give you about 20 seconds to jump in here. Aaron's pulling for no more jump-ins because that's less competition. Hey, smart play. But we got the Brave Buffalo, the Tropical Glider, the Fast Urchin, and the Yellow Bison. Very nice. You got it? Yep. Boom. All right, we can fix this. We'll fix it. And... Huh? Hold on.
This is this light right here.
This is what I need to do. Right here. Hold on. Wait for it. Getting better. Maybe getting... There it is. There we go. Very nice. All right. Okay, here we go. We're going to get started. Taylor Swift or Revelation? You tell us. Here we go. All right. Is this from Taylor Swift song or the book of Revelation? Who said it? Who said it? Marked me like a bloodstain. Marked me like a bloodstain. Taylor Swift, Revelation. Taylor Swift, Revelation. Marked me like a bloodstain. 4 of you are correct. 1 of you is not. That is from a Taylor Swift song. Let's see where we are on the leaderboard. Yellow Bison in the lead with 870 points. Question number 2, who said it? Taylor Swift or the book of Revelation? I know all the things you do and that you have a reputation for being alive. Revelation, Taylor Swift. Revelation, Taylor Swift. I know all the things you do and that you have a reputation for being alive. Who said it? Revelation, Taylor Swift. 3 of you got it wrong. 2 of you got it right. That is from the book of Revelation. Very nice. 2. The lovely dingo. The lovely dingo. Thank you for joining us, the lovely dingo. Question, do you know what a dingo is? I don't either. Who said it? You didn't even see the signs. Revelation, Taylor Swift. You didn't even see the signs. Revelation, Taylor Swift. Revelation, Taylor Swift. 3 of you got it correct. You didn't even see the signs is a Taylor Swift lyric. Very nice. The lovely dingo is on fire. Lovely dingo, you must listen to some Taylor Swift. I still don't, what is a dingo? Is it a dog? It's like a dog, right? But you walked away from your first love. Why? Who said it? But you walked away from your first love. Why? Revelation, Taylor Swift. Revelation, Taylor Swift. 3 of you got it right. Very nice. That is the book of Revelation. Tropical Glider coming in second, but Lovely Dingo running away with this game. Question number 5. Who said it? Who said it? It was sweet as honey in my mouth. Revelation, Taylor Swift. Revelation, Taylor Swift. Who said it? It was sweet as honey in my mouth. Revelation is the correct answer. Oh my goodness. Oh, Tropical Glider has moved into first place, but just barely. Only by about 40 points, 39 points. Tropical Glider, Lovely Dingo, moves down to second. Question number 6. Who said it? Who said it? A glass sea mixed with fire. Taylor Swift, Revelation. Taylor Swift or Revelation? Who said it? A glass sea mixed with fire. That was Revelation. Very nice. And Lovely Dingo back in the lead. Tropical Glider moves down to second place. Question number 7 out of 10. Who said it? Who said it? I am queen of the throne. I'm queen on my throne. Revelation, Taylor Swift. Revelation, Taylor Swift. I am queen of my throne. Ooh, I knew that one would get everybody. That is from the book of Revelation, not from Taylor Swift, which means the scoreboard stays the same. We've got, I think, 2 more questions left. 3 more questions. Who said it? Who said it? I know they said the end is near. That Taylor Swift or Revelation? I know they said the end is near. What do you think? You thought Taylor Swift? Well, it is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift did say it. And the scoreboard, Lovely Dingo in first, Tropical Glider in second, Yellow Bison has moved into third. Brave Buffalo and Fast Urchin hanging on to fourth and fifth place. We've got 2 questions left. Question number 9. Who said it? Who said it? Hell was the journey, but it brought me heaven. Hell was the journey, but it brought me heaven. Taylor Swift or Revelation? Who said it? That was Taylor Swift. Very nice. 4 of you got that right. Brave Buffalo moves into third place. This is our final question. Let's see if Lovely Dingo can hang on to the lead. Question number 10. Who said it? They've gotten what they deserve. Taylor Swift or Revelation? They've gotten what they deserve. Who said it? Revelation. All 5 of you got it correct, but let's see what it does to the scoreboard. Lovely Dingo, can you hold on to the lead? Let's see. In third place with 4,444 points, Brave Buffalo. In second place, the Tropical Glider. And in first place, the Lovely Dingo. Lovely Dingo, you have won first place. Let me know who the Lovely Dingo is, and we will get you on the prize patrol list. Lovely Dingo, who are you? So that we can get you written down. You are the winner. Congratulations, Lovely Dingo. But our games do not end there. We have one more game for you tonight. It is the game in the 80s. Let me get it going. Sure. All right, in the 80s, join in. This is a Kahoot game as well. 5, 8, 8, 8, 8, 3. 5, 8, 8, 8, 3. 5, 8, 8, 8, 8. 4 8? 8, 3. The pin is in the chat. Here's how this game is going to work. Listen, if you have your parent in your house, you may want to grab them because they could be a huge help for you. Because I know most of you in here, a lot of you are on kind of the middle school side of things, and so you're a lot removed from the 80s. So if you have somebody in your house that knows the 80s, go to them. They can probably help you out. Here's how this is going to work. This game is called In the 80s Music Edition. We are going to ask you 10 questions that have to do with 80s music. 80s music right now is making a huge comeback in a lot of your generation. And so we want to see how much do you truly know about 80s music. All right, so this is a trivia game. 80s music. We'll give you about 20 seconds to get in. The pin code again, 588883. 588883 is the pin code to get in. Grayson, I was born in the 80s. You were not. Do you know anything about 80s music? That's true. Do you know anything about 80s music? That's the question. Freddie Mercury, yes. Yes, a little bit in the 80s. This is true. Very nice. U2, popular in the 80s. Other people. I was born in 89, so I'm like just barely an 80s kid. I was a 90s kid, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, JT, the OG JT. Okay, we are going to start now. Here we go in the 80s music edition. Let's see what you know. Question number 1. In 1986, which Billboard Hot 100 #1 song was sang by the Bangles? Manic Monday, Walk Like an Egyptian, Eternal Flame, A Hazy Shade of Winter. Which 1986 #1 song was done by the Bangles? Manic Monday, Walk Like an Egyptian. Oh, Walk Like an Egyptian is the correct answer. You would listen to that song. Walk like an Egyptian. Walk like... Manic Monday's good. Just another Manic Monday. Oh, whoa. Smooth Wildcat coming in. Gets first on the scoreboard right off the bat with almost 1,000 points. Very nice. Question number 2. What year did George Michael release the song Careless Whisper? 1984, 89, 83, 87. 84, 89, 83, 87. George Michael, what year did he release the song Careless Whisper? It was 1984. One of you got that correct. George Michael, Careless Whisper. Who was it? Zany New. Zany New. No clue what that is. Question number 3. Which country does this famous singer Billy Ocean come from? Where does Billy Ocean come from? South Africa, Cuba, Trinidad, Dominican Republic. South Africa, Cuba, Trinidad, Dominican Republic. South Africa, Trinidad is the correct answer. 2 of you got that right. Very nice. Smooth Wildcat still in the lead, 1,908 points, but Jolly Glider jollying and gliding up the scoreboard almost in first place. Question number 4. Which rock band released an album called Brother in Arms? Dire Straits, Duran Duran, U2, Pet Shop Boys. Which rock band released an album called Brother in Arms? Dire Straits, Duran Duran, U2, Pet Shop Boys. You say Pet Shop Boys? It is Dire Straits. Ooh, interesting. We had ones across the board, but Dire Straits is the correct answer, which goes to Smooth Wildcat, making your lead just a little bit bigger. Question number 5. Who sang Island in the Stream with Kenny Rogers? Was it Cyndi Lauper, Reba McEntire, Madonna, or Dolly Parton? Who sang Island in the Stream with Kenny Rogers? Cyndi Lauper, Reba McEntire, Madonna, Dolly Parton. That is correct. It was Dolly Parton. Island in the Stream. That is what you are. I don't know the words, but I like the song. Smooth Wildcat, you are still in the lead, and you are on fire. Question number 6. Which band with a duplicated name gave us the song Broken Wings in 1985? Mr. Mister, Duran Duran, The Go-Go's, Sister Sister. Who gave us the song Broken Wings? Mr. Mister, Duran Duran, The Go-Go's, Sister Sister.
Sister.
You say Sister Sister. Mr. Mister. Mr. Mister is the correct answer. So take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Man, I'm killing it today. Killing it. Jolly Glider, you are almost in first. What's that? Question number 7. Born in the USA was sung by whom? Bryan Adams, Huey Lewis, David Bowie, Bruce Springsteen. Bryan Adams, Huey Lewis, David Bowie, I know who it is. Bryan Adams, Huey Lewis, David Bowie, Bruce Springsteen. You say Huey Lewis, you are wrong. It is Bruce Springsteen. Born in the USA, I was born. Oh man, Jolly Glider, Smooth Wildcat, you are neck and neck. Neck and neck. Question number 8. What is the name of the song that earned Whitney Houston the best-selling single of 1987? Wind Beneath My Wings, I Will Always Love You, One Moment in Time, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Wind Beneath My Wings, I Will Always Love You, One Moment in Time, I Want to Dance with Somebody. It was I Want to Dance. How did you guys know that?
I knew that.
I want to dance with
Yeah,
somebody.
I knew that.
I want to feel the heat with somebody.
I heard that song.
I know you heard it. We play it all the time. All the time.
And I knew
No
that.
points given on that
That's
round,
my first one.
except the points for my awesome voice.
And me?
Yeah. Question number 9. Which singer is Gordon Matthew Sumner better known as? Seal, Bono, Prince, or Sting? Gordon Matthew Sumner. Seal, Bono, Prince, or Sting? You say Sting? Seal, Bono, Prince, Sting. You would be correct. The answer is Sting. Gordon Matthew Sumner. Last question. Last question. Let's see the scoreboard. Ooh, it's really close. Excited Llama, Zany Gnu. I mean, I hope you're having fun, but you have no chance. However, Jolly Glider, you are less than 100 points behind. You could get this. You could get this. Who are you pulling for? Are you pulling for Jolly Glider or Smooth Wildcat? See, that's interesting because we don't know who they are. Like, I'm pulling for Jolly Glider. You're pulling for Smooth Wildcat. See, I'm team Glider, team Wildcat. Let's see what happens. Last question coming at you. Question number 10. Which 80s Clash song, when re-released in 1991, went straight to number 1 in the UK? London Calling, I Fought the Law, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Rock the Casbah.
Rock the Casbah.
Rock the Casbah. London Calling, I Fought the Law, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Rock the Casbah. It was Should I Stay or Should I Go? Let's see what it does. Come on, Jolly Glider. 3rd place. Zany New coming in 3rd place. 2nd place. Oh, Jolly Glider, which means our 1st place winner is Smooth Wildcat with 6,448 points. 7 out of 10 correct for both Smooth Wildcat and Jolly Glider. Very nice, everybody. I love the 80s. 80s music. 80s music is the best. It's simply the best. All right, that is our games tonight. If you are Smooth Wildcat, let me know who you are so that I know. Oh, Aaron, were you Smooth Wildcat? It seems that Charlie, maybe Charlie was Jolly Glider. Oh, interesting. Charlie, were you Smooth Wildcat? I need to know who's Smooth Wildcat so I can get you on the prize list.
And who was...
Smooth Wildcat is Charlie's sister. Charlie's sister. Welcome to Youth Group on YouTube. So glad that you are here and glad that you know your 80s music. Very, very nice. Who is who? Who is the one in the last game? I don't remember who won in the last game. I don't know. I'll have to go back in there. Lovely something. Oh yeah, Charlie's dad. Charlie's dad. Charlie's family is racking it up today. His dad won. Taylor Swift, which congratulations to your dad for knowing Taylor Swift, or maybe he knows Revelation, but it's probably Taylor Swift. And then Charlie's sister is killing it with the 80s. Charlie in Indiana. On fire. I love it. Am I playing against all of Charlie's family? It would appear, Aaron, that you are. Yes, you are. All right, Grayson Avery, that brings us to a close with our games. Anything that you would like to say as we part ways?
Bye.
Is that it? Any advice? Do you have any advice? Last week you gave some pretty solid advice. Anything?
Sorry, our hamster died.
She is sorry that our hamster died. She didn't kill it, but she's sorry that it died. Grayson Avery, as always, thank you so much for.
Nature's bakery, baked up a philosophy, delicious food.
What is happening? What is happening? I have no idea what just happened. George is taking over. All right, Grayson Avery, thank you so much. Love you.
Love you.
Thank you for coming every week. She says, adios. Adios, amigo.
Adios.
Adios. All right. I'm super excited for tonight, actually, for the next several weeks, because as we gear up for the fall, we are coming to a close of our Psalms series. This summer, we've been looking through the book of Psalms, and hopefully, as I say every week, my hope and my prayer is that you have yourself maybe dove into the book of Psalms this summer, and hopefully you're seeing how in that it really shows how we can be just honest and completely transparent before God, because that's what I love about the book of Psalms, that as I said several times, that it really is just this emotion outpouring to God, every psalm that we read. So what we're going to do kind of as we close off this series over the next few weeks, I want to look at one specific psalm, actually, and that's Psalm 30. I don't know if you guys have seen the show or not, but one of the shows that my wife and I have been watching over the last several weeks has been a show called The Good Place. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but it has Kristen Bell, who is the voice of Anna in Frozen, and Ted Danson, who none of you probably know who that is, but he's an awesome actor as well. But this show is basically about four people who, throughout the whole series, are trying to understand what it means to be good. Right, they've died, and they go to the afterlife, or this version of the afterlife, and there's a whole lot of stuff that happens. But the gist of the show is these characters are trying to figure out what it means to be good. And in one of the last episodes, Ted Danson's character Michael, who Michael is actually a demon who is trying to be good. And this isn't a scary show or anything like that. It's a funny sitcom. It's hilarious. You should watch. It's on Netflix. But Ted Danson's character, he says in there, I've always had to roll a rock up the hill over and over. And he says, and I kept rolling it, and I kept pushing it back up, and it kept falling down. He says, I kept having to push this giant rock up a hill, trying to get it to the top, and it kept falling down and crushing me over and over and over again. And then he's speaking frustration because one of the other characters has come along and has actually solved one of his biggest problems. And now he continues to say, she's come along with a rock lifter, and she's picked up the rock and she's put it on top of the hill. And now I don't have a purpose, because he says pushing the rock up the hill gave me purpose. And it's a really interesting interaction. It got me thinking that a lot of times for you and I, when it comes to our life, I feel like sometimes we get into this mindset that the way that things are as good as they're ever going to be. That the challenges that we face in life or the struggle or the difficulty, that's just what it is. That's just how it's going to be. That you and I, a lot of times, get into this mindset that every day we're just pushing this rock up a hill, and we're just waiting for the moment where the rock comes falling back down and crushes us. And so I was thinking about this, and I was reading Psalm 30. And I think Psalm 30 really has a lot to do with how we have not the ability, but we have the invitation to go before God in prayer. And so we're going to kind of break that down over the next few weeks. But what I want to talk about this week is this, that you and I can go before God and we can ask him to deliver us from our struggles and from our challenges and from our pain and our suffering. Listen to what David writes in Psalm chapter 30, the first 3 verses. He says this. He says, "Oh Lord, you have drawn me up." The idea there is like when you've fallen and somebody comes and helps you up, right? You have drawn me up. You haven't let my foes rejoice over me. Again, it's kind of this fight scene where David is saying, you haven't let my enemies and my foes, you haven't let them destroy me and then rejoice. It says in verse 2, "O Lord my God, I cried to you for help, and you've healed me. You've brought my soul up from Sheol. You restored me to life from among those who go down to the pit." I love these verses because what David writes here is extremely powerful when you think about it. That what he's saying in there is this, that when I found myself in the darkest place of my life, when I found myself in the most challenging time, in the most depressed time, in the most angry time, and in the most broken time, I cried out to you. And then you helped me. And that's a huge reminder for us, and hopefully it is for you, because what David is telling us all is this, that when we cry out to God for help, he not only hears us, but he pulls us up out of the pit. And I think some of us, we tend to get into this phase or this mentality of life that sitting in a pit is all we're ever going to do. Right? Are you following me? That sitting in a pit, sitting in darkness, sometimes we feel like that's the best our life is ever going to get. And David says, no, listen, you're going to have times where you're sitting in darkness. You're going to have times where you're sitting in a pit. But you can cry out to God for help, and he not only hears you, but he delivers you. Right? Going back to that quote from The Good Place, Ted Danson's character Michael, that was his struggle. I've been doing this for so long. I've been pushing this rock and I've been crushed, and I've been pushing this rock and I've been crushed for so long that now that I'm not pushing a rock, I don't know what to do with myself. And we're going to get to that over the next couple of weeks, that what do we do next? Remember, this is going to be kind of a process as we go through this, because we know that suffering is part of our life. Right? We see that in Genesis 3 with the fall, and when sin enters the world and death enters the world, that we know suffering is part of our life. But hear me say this. And if you can just grab onto this in your mind and take it with you as you grow and as you walk closer in a relationship with God, suffering is part of our life, but hear me say, suffering is not your purpose in life. Suffering isn't all that you will ever get. Suffering isn't what you're here for. The mentality of this is as good as things are ever going to get is a huge lie. Because we know that when we cry out to God, he helps and he hears and reminds us, as we're going to see in the next couple of weeks, he reminds us that greater things are to come. But my challenge to you tonight is, as we kind of start this, is this. When was the last time you cried out to God for help? When was the last time you cried out to God at all? When was the last time that you asked God to deliver you from the pain that you're feeling? From the shame, from the embarrassment, from the bitterness, from the anger, from the depression, from the anxiety? When was the last time that when you faced a problem, the first thing you did wasn't try to immediately solve it or go to somebody else to figure out what they would do, but the first thing that you do is go to God and cry out? Not saying that you shouldn't go to other people, but so many times we leave God as a last resort for the challenges that we face in life. And hear me say this, that healing for you isn't just possible, that healing for us is promised through prayer. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that means as we continue over the next couple weeks. But my challenge for you is this, to cry out. Cry out. God, here's where I'm sitting right now. I'm anxious about what this upcoming year is going to look like. I'm angry about what the pandemic has taken away from me. I'm afraid of what's going on in my life right now. Whatever it is, cry out. Cry out to him. And he'll hear you, and he'll deliver you. As David says, he'll restore your life. All right. Another week in the books. Please, hey, listen, this fall is going to be extremely exciting. It's going to be different. But it is going to be extremely exciting for what we have coming up. And so here's what I want to do. I know this is weird. I want you to continue to invite your friends on Wednesday nights. And I know this is different, and I know there are some churches that are meeting in person, and that's awesome. And there are some churches that aren't meeting at all, and I understand that too. And just so you guys know where we are as a church, that we don't want to be first and we don't want to be last, meaning that we're kind of taking things slow as it comes to just re-entry and what that looks like, and really kind of looking at schools and how the start of the school year is going to go. And so all that to say, we have some plans that I think are going to be really cool and are going to continue to help us grow together. But I do want to challenge you, invite people. It's awesome, Charlie and your family. It's so great that you guys are here. That's because people like the Halsteads invite, and I want to encourage you to do that as well. So anyway, big news coming next week. So I hope to see you then. Hey, I hope you guys have a great week. I love you all so much. I can't wait to see your faces and be able to talk to you in person. But hope you have a great week. Praying for you. Love you. Let me know if there's anything at all that I can do for you. All right. See you guys.